This is one of the most reckless activist moments we have seen all year. Freedom News caught a woman in New Orleans running towards federal agents while holding a young child and using that child as a shield. And let me repeat that. She used a child as a barrier to block ICE during a lawful removal operation, and it wasn't even her child. The agents stayed calm, they held their line, they refused to escalate, but the activists kept pushing closer, shouting, and waving the kid around and trying to stop federal officers from doing their jobs. Officials later confirmed the child wasn't hers. So I want to know this, why are some activists willing to endanger children to score political points? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because what happened in that park tells you everything you need to know about how far this movement is willing to go. We're going to get to that more here in a moment. So my name is Tom, I'm with the Daily Beltway, and I'm also a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And we're covering a park confrontation in New Orleans that has turned into a national debate over child safety and federal enforcement. But before we get deeper, please make sure you guys are subscribed. We're a growing channel, and every like, comment, share, and subscription helps us grow. Also, sharing this report is especially important so more people understand what's actually happening out there. So if you guys can, give us a share. We're going to get to it, guys. It's Freedom News captured the exact moment the activists held up the child towards ICE agents. It's ridiculous.
You see? This is a baby. You have to get out of here. Right now, you have...
Look, that's clearly not her child. Blonde hair, blue eyes, not her kid. She's babysitting somebody's kid and confronting federal officers with that.
To get out of the park. You cannot be here. That's impossible. And you have a heart? What's wrong with you? This is impossible. Look at the baby. You have to get out of here. Right now. I come in to play with her. Look at you with guns over here. That's impossible.
Well, it's not impossible. They're in a public park. Anyways, what's impossible is you walked away from the park with somebody else's kid to confront federal officers. That's not smart. I mean, she should be arrested for child endangerment, all sorts of things. If she's a babysitter, maybe lose the license. If I was that parent and I saw my babysitter with my child confronting federal officers, I can't even say on camera what I would do to that person.
Look at she clapped me because she knows this is wrong. We have our phones.
Can I talk with you? I'd like to talk with you. I'm a peaceful person. I'm not going to harm anyone. I'm not impeding anything. But I would like to tell you what I'm feeling in this moment with this invasion of our city of New Orleans.
All right.
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
We get it.
You won't even talk to me. I see you loving cameras on other days, but you don't want to talk to me? We're here to tell you, the people of New Orleans do not want you here.
Fantastic.
We have every right to film y'all.
It's crazy that they're just trying to uphold federal law, and then anywhere that they go, that's what they have to deal with. But I have a question for you guys. Should anyone be allowed to interfere with lawful removal mission, placing a child in danger? Comment protect kids if you guys agree that that's wrong, and comment that is wrong if you want kids to be in there. I don't know. So it's just, these people are so insane. So the federal team on scene was part of Operation Catahoula Crunch, a removal effort targeting individuals with criminal histories or ignored removal orders. These are not random sweeps. These are planned, targeted enforcement actions. And yet activists rushed to block the operation, escalating the situation by placing a child between themselves and federal officers. It wasn't even her kid. The activist didn't step in front of the agents alone. There was other people behind her, but she was the one holding a kid. And that's a part that shocked even seasoned law enforcement veterans. ICE agents immediately paused movement, stopped advancing, and maintained a safe perimeter. They kept distance back. They weren't going to endanger the child. It's insane. And now that this was successful, how many of these more protesters are we going to see bringing kids into this? The restraint prevented a dangerous situation from turning into something insane. After the officers pulled back, child welfare officials are stepping in. They got the lady's license plate. They're looking for it. And they're working on determining if the child was related to the activist or not, which he wasn't. And if that revelation is going to set up the person for child endangerment. And viewers accuse the activist of exploiting a child to provoke confrontation. That's almost every single comment. I agree completely with that. And conservative commentators condemn the stunt as reckless and irresponsible, like myself. I'm going to ask you guys one more question. Should states require penalties when activists involve minors in confrontations with federal officers? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments because I think it should be felonies. So if you got value from this news update, please tap subscribe and share this report. My opinion is next. It's insane. And what happened in that park is a perfect example of how extreme some activists have become. This republic cannot function when adults use children as props in political stunts. ICE was carrying out a lawful mission. They showed discipline, restraint, and professionalism. The activists showed the opposite, period. And if that was, again, if I saw my children with a babysitter at a park confronting federal officers, I can't even say what I would do on camera because I wouldn't even call the cops. And this should never happen again. A child was placed in the middle of a confrontation with federal agents, not by accident, intentionally. She chose to walk there with the child. And that crosses every basic line of responsibility and protection for children. The parents trusted somebody to provide care, not drag their child into a confrontation with federal officers. And child safety must come before politics, guys, before protests and before everything else. But Democrats don't care. They want you to go to the clinics. They call it women's health care. They call it all these other things. They don't care about children. It's pretty clear that that's the case. And we are a republic of laws, and laws mean nothing if activists can interfere by putting kids in harm's way. So stay aware, stay alert, stay engaged, and God bless.